I want to talk about what I've been doing for the last couple of years if you're new. I've been following AMC since about February of 21, and I started buying, and I had a cost basis of $8. And I was here, and I even traded calls while AMC flew to $72. And up here, I was pretty convinced that we were going to go to phone digit numbers. Price began to retrace and go sideways, and I started learning technical analysis, chart pattern analysis. And I started to figure out that actually this thing could come down, and I started taking profits. And so I actually sold out of my position entirely back here before Ape. And overall, I have to say that was a good decision. And it's okay if you're holding. I'm not trading AMC anymore, but if you are, that's fine. Bear with me here. As the price began to fall, I realized that the greatest correlation between AMC price and anything else was actually between how much media attention AMC got, and that wasn't really what I was looking for. You would think that there was to be some correlation with short interest or short selling, but really what I found was that media attention from retail traders and that volume that follows that was what was correlating with the price. Price has fallen since then, and this is very possibly the result of retail traders selling themselves. After all, if you're a bag holder at 39, when the price starts to fall below $10, you're deeply, deeply in the red. And there were a lot of people back here who were over-invested on hype. Some of those people even came to me and they asked, what should I do? I'm holding X hundred thousands of dollars of calls. What should I do? And it's like, that to me is terrifying. Terrifying to think about. And how much of this rally higher was driven by those over-invested retail traders. Those traders are probably exiting their positions, or their calls are have expired, worthless, or they're selling their shares, taking profits. I don't know. There's a lot you can do, and certainly not everyone is as invested as the social media accounts on Twitter would have you believe, right? It's possible that there's a lot of bots out there, and there could be some sort of nefarious scheme to make money on retail traders. There could be a lot going on that really is unscrupulous, right? But the bottom line is that the technical analysis has been an accurate way to forecast price movements. So let's talk about this. We had a big push down. This was called an impulse wave, a motive wave. It makes progress. That's the thing. It's just a trend. We had a new trend come down off of, and this was confirming this downtrend. Price began to grind sideways, and I forecasted a triangle because this is a pretty typical thing for AMC to do. It loves to put a triangle in wave B. We got that triangle in wave B, and when we failed to break below that 427-ish level, I forecasted sideways confirmation. Price blew through the bullish confirmation level, which I always cautiously have down at 450, and ran. This is insane. And again, this kind of price movement follows media attention. We all know it was a news event. Volume starts coming into the stock, pushes the price higher, and then we see the retracement. Price starts to come right back down. And that call I made on 721 about sideways confirmation starts to look really good. This becomes an outlier in our price data. There's a bunch of bag holders here now too, right? And we've got to get above at least 612 before we get back into a bullish scenario. So from here on out, I really am looking for more sideways grind. The theory is that AMC is stuck in what is called a corrective trend, in which the third wave is wave C, and it has a strong motive push higher. And this generates a lot of hype, and everyone buys into it. But once these retracements come back down into the prior range of the highs, then we lose the technical motive wave count, the impulse, the trend that makes progress, and we recover this sideways grind called correction. It's brutal, it hurts, it feels bad. I understand the hype, and a lot of my viewership comes from AMC traders still. I can see that. The most search term that leads to views on my videos is AMC. I can even go onto Google Trends and see that people search El Cappuccino. And a lot of that is probably me on YouTube. It's hard to say. But I do see that search data, and that, you know, about 30% of my viewership is coming from those that aren't subscribed. Anyway, I just wanted to go over this. This is how I've seen the situation back here. You know, and after hours, price was going crazy, and I wasn't really worried about it. Personally, I'm not holding any shares, but I've already come to accept that if there is going to be a MOAS, I'm not going to be a part of that, and that's fine. Because if I'm on YouTube and I'm covering the stock and then it squeezes, it could be very easily misconstrued that I'm pumping the stock, and I do not want to do that. I think there's a lot of stock pumping and security pumping that happens on social media, and that's a theme that I don't touch on very much anymore, but I think it's still present, and I just don't want to be mixed up in that. I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on AMC and this rally. Consider subscribing. There's a lot going on. I cover a lot of symbols: SPY, AMC, GameStop, SLV, GLD, PLBY, NVDA, IWM, AMD, Boeing, SPXU, CVNA, American Eagle Outfitters, SPLK, CYBN. There's a lot going on. If you have requests, I'll look at them. I have a Discord. If you want a link, just ask in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll be doing more analysis here in the future. Sometimes I go live. I'm ideally, I would like to build a large community. If it's possible, I'd love to make technical analysis videos for a living. I know there's people that do that on YouTube, and my dream is kind of to do that too. But I'm very far from that. But I'm very grateful for the subscribership that I have, the viewers. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. This was what got me through COVID, was looking at charts and hanging out in Discord. It means a lot. That's all for now. Happy trading.